All right, good afternoon, good evening, whichever one it is where you are. This is Speak On It. As you can see, a live interactive opportunity for you to view an audience. Call in and speak on the issues we're talking about. Since there's a lot of issues we'd like to cover, I'm going to just be cool and let you see the first one we're going with. A lot of people in Chicago and across the world and across the nation hear a whole lot of conversation about Englewood, a community that I've had the opportunity to work in since 1985, in and out, and I'll presently be over there. And there's a group, and I don't know these people, but I really want to salute them tonight because they do real good work. And a lot of people don't know, but she said something in this clip that said the people that's doing this type of work in a bubble, and the only people see them are the people in the bubble. And that ain't right. So tonight, we want to show you some people that's doing something, a solution. Now, you can call in and we can talk about what they are doing. Or you can just look at it and maybe learn something and figure out a way to do some of that where you are to help bring peace and a cultural calm in our communities. Now, if we get through all of the things that young blood over here got on the agenda, we'll be doing good. But I really would like to focus on this positive showcase piece more so than on the hood piece. Because, you know, I know we get a lot of calls on the hood, but when we talking about some other things, it's like y'all be nodding out and shit. I don't know what that's about. But anyway, if we got to go to the hood, I'm going to snap it. But right now, brothers, let's show these people what's happening in Englewood. Let's see if we get the volume up here correctly. Now, if in fact...
0 shootings in over a year on this block.
And what was it like before then?
We go up in the higher...
What brought us out here was a woman was murdered across the street, breaking up a fight. Somebody drove by and shot her.
What this
that
is about is people
out here.
over in Englewood where there has not been any killing on the block. So
the idea was, you know, when kids go on summer break, there's no more safe passage. And so it's kind of like they needed an extra layer of protection, and that's gone. So we figured that we come out during the time when killing season starts, when Chicago's natural disasters start happening. So we're out from the first day of summer break for CPS students until Labor Day. This is not just about stopping violence, it's about building community. You want to know your neighbors. When you know your neighbors, people don't die. That's how that works. When you know your neighbors, people don't break into your house. There are less burglaries, there are less car thefts, there are less everything when you know your neighbors. So hopefully this is a community building tool more so than anything. Neighborhoods like this are a bubble. They're in a bubble. And nobody hears any of this stuff outside of the bubble. I mean, there are kids out places you're going to go in Englewood where you're going to find this many kids outside playing at one time. I've seen a place where you can be safe. I've seen the method of making us safe, of us being safe. On one hand, you can say that, yeah, there shouldn't be any shooting and, you know, the police need to do their job. This person needs to do their job, the elected officials, but some responsibility for everything that happens out here has to be placed on the community as well. If there were more people in communities like this one who have stepped up, most of the people out here live on this block and they live in this neighborhood. And when I'm not here, they still do this because they live here. And they've managed to keep 0 shootings, zero shootings in over a year on this block. This is not a dangerous corner to be on. That's not a dangerous corner. It's not like that anymore.
Now let me just say this. Bring it back across. Now, I'm sure some of you all have seen this on TV or whatnot, but why don't they run that story in our homes, on our TVs, on a regular? Because those are people that have demonstrated that what they are doing is a positive. Save lives. But yet you got somebody, some business person saying, look here, we want them gone. Yeah, I know. And I bet you he is not a Negro business. It's probably some of those people in these businesses that truly benefit from the chaos. And that's why I salute that sister and all of the people involved in what they're doing. Because Englewood, man, I don't know why they be talking so crazy all the time. Because I'm telling you, 10 months out of a year, I'm standing out there on the corner. I ain't got shot at yet. I ain't had no drama yet. Now I see things. But it ain't like what they tell you on TV. They make you think on TV, man, that this is straight up jungle madness. It's not like that. It's more what you just saw in that clip. That's the Englewood. Hear me when I tell you, what you just saw is Englewood. Yeah, people get killed in Englewood. Yeah, all of that's true. But all of that mess you see on TV, all of that spookism, no, that's to get you out of there so they can come up with Whole Foods and all them other things they coming up with so you won't be there. I salute that sister. All right, caller, speak on it. Caller?
Yeah, hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, yeah, I want to speak on Englewood. Do you think that Englewood will be reformed if they put a whole bunch of white folks there, you know what I'm saying, and move all the black folks to the suburbs, you know, because I don't see Englewood, regressing like Hyde Park and, other cities and stuff like that. So, I mean, well, other parts of Chicago, it's not going to be like the north side where, there's a Whole Foods and all that and everything is safe. I don't think that it'll be that way ever in Englewood.
Well, let me just say this. I don't know if you remember Jewtown in Chicago. But if they can make Jewtown what it is today, they can make anything happen. Yes, I look at what's in Englewood, man. I'm telling you. People be thinking a whole bunch of Negroes. Y'all better wake up, man. There's a whole bunch of other folks over there. And yes, they moved Kennedy King up. Yes, food, Whole Foods finna open up. And doggone well, they ain't opening up no Whole Foods in a area that they don't expect people to be that can afford to be there. So Englewood is going to change. And that's why they keep the insanity going. They want us to panic. They want us to leave. Because you got one or two companies that's just buying up all of the land in those houses. If you walk through Englewood and you see all of the blight, all of these homes that they refinanced 4 and 5 times, and you can look under where that refinance money was spent, and you can see they did no work on the houses. They just used them and squeezed them. So what they're doing is squeezing the community and panicking the community. Brother, it's going to be beautiful one day, and it ain't going to be a far, far away day. Yes, sir.
Why don't they do something about the police over there then? Why don't they protect some of those people over there then? The people on the north side is protected and all that stuff. Why can't they protect the people and stop all that shooting and stuff going on over there? What are the police doing over there besides harassing people and stuff?
Well, you're absolutely right. It's a good question. But let me just say this. They can stop it when they get ready. The reason the madness is happening in our community is because they have not decided to stop it. They allow it for people to have the concerns that you have. And the only thing I can say to you, brother, is just hold your peace, because a change is going to come. They don't want us to think that it's going to get good, but it's going to get good, y'all. Don't think it's over with. Just what you saw. That's a community. That's a block. Block by block. It can get better, and it will get better. It will get better. All right, is there another call?
Good evening, Dr. Malik.
Oh, how are you, sir?
I'm a little bit of a historian. If people remember how Cabrini Green was, because one of the first things they did was, like they're doing in Englewood right now, and that's the reason why history is very important, one of the first things they did down on Division Street was put a new Dominick's. Mm-hmm. And look at Cabrini Green right now. They told all those folks that they moved them. If I'm lying about anything, you stop me dead in my tracks. We got a deal?
You're telling the truth.
They told the people in Cabrini Green, once you move out, we're going to fix everything up, and you be able to move back in. Mm-hmm. You're going to have new laundry facilities. You're going to have new everything. It's going to be a paradise. Mm-hmm. Now, so far to date, none of those black folks moved back into Cabrini Green, and they have condominiums selling as much as $700,000.
That's right.
And they got a whole bunch of little little shops and things to make it convenient for people to shop. Now, people saying not Englewood. Now, I want to give a few facts about Englewood. First of all, Englewood is right alongside the Dead Rhine. We're not too far away from Midway Airport. Plus the fact we're along two major airways, the Green Line and the Red Line. Those are two very important facts for them. And then, like you just got to mention, they didn't spend over $300 million for that new campus at Kennedy King for nothing. Now, do the math. Now, we have Aldi's. Go over to Aldi's, you can buy a dozen of the eggs for 99 cents. When you go over to Whole Foods, a dozen eggs gonna run you about $3. Now, do the math. Figure something. Like you was talking about the houses, and I can tell you from personal experience, property taxes usually come twice a year. Now, you miss paying your property tax, they got companies out of the state that will come in and buy your property tax. You got up to 2 years to redeem your property tax. If you don't redeem your property tax, maybe if I just throw this figure, maybe if you pay that one installment, it's $500. By the time they take you to court, you're talking about $6,000 or $7,000.
That's right.
And we got these companies out of the state. They're coming in and buying up these properties. Now, why are they buying up these properties? And if you want to get your property back, it's just $6,000 or $7,000. When you get that high, you're gonna say, forget it. And they got your house. And they buying up all this property out of you. Look at a lot of the properties that people, these homes that they rent out, they don't look like nobody's black. It's always somebody Caucasian that own the house. And like I said, they a lot of the people that you don't notice, a lot of these white people owning the homes with these people are written out. Now, so far you ain't said I'm a lie about anything. Go open your eyes and walk around. There are like 2-story brick buildings people had walked away from. I haven't heard you call me a lie yet.
No, you ain't lying, because I see the same thing you see, and what you saying is true, for sure.
Take care.
Oh, yes, sir. Now, you brought up something, and we finna go right into that, the property tax. Now, the other day, Chicago Public Schools School Board approved, as we knew, a property tax hike. I want you to just hang your man this here. Every time we turn around, they raising some type of tax. Now, find this dude here that Chicago Public Schools gave $23 million to him and his son, and now he's finna go to federal prison. Now, Chicago Public Schools is basically Negro children. But the problem is, they can waste millions of dollars on these scammers, millions of dollars on these aliens. When he find this picture, this dude don't look like he got nothing to do with none of us. But $23 million you wasted on some con artist in Chicago Public Schools sit there. Now we remember just a little while ago, you know, the superintendent that they brought in here, she ended up getting the case because once again they had some European group that they gave at least $20 million to scam CPS. So when you're talking about the taxes, when you talk about the changing in the community, where's that dude at?
Ain't coming up.
All right, so apparently they don't want us to show his face, I guess. But now he don't look nothing like us. Now he's finna go to the joint. If they didn't keep throwing away money and investing the money in the community as it should be invested, then you wouldn't have to keep sticking people up. How can people living in Englewood and Austin, how can we afford to just keep replenishing a system that throws millions of dollars away to people that are doing nothing more than ripping off taxpayers? This is a disgrace. $23 million. Now he going to the joint. $20 million, and she going to the joint. That other dude that she was probably, got scammed with, he going to the joint. That's $43 million right there. And you going up on my property tax. And this little, find a piece with Madigan, Burke, these big power brokers, Burke is sure enough Viral broke in Chicago, Madigan in Illinois. So they going up on our property taxes, but these people got law firms that make sure that the property they own in Englewood and Austin, downtown, that these people, the politicians, don't have to pay the property taxes. They sitting there scamming about how they won't pay property taxes, but yet, both of them see to it that the taxes go up on the poor people in Englewood, Austin, and other communities. Scholar, speak on it.
Yeah, how you doing, Doc?
Fine, sir. How you doing?
Okay, now you know Donald Trump, right?
Yes, sir.
Now he said if he becomes the president, he might stop the violence in Chicago. Other people that stop the violence, and I don't know what to say no more. Doc, God got the last word, Doc, and you doing a good job, Doc.
Thank you, James. Thank you. Yeah, we're gonna get to Trump. I think if we don't, I'm just going to say it. Trump say, I don't know what's wrong with y'all. I mean, you already, hell, you already suffering. How can you suffer any more, Negro? So I don't know. Trump might be able to stop the violence. Look at it. Dude, can you get this little conversation since dude brought it up? Trump got a conversation. He said, why don't y'all just give me a chance? Y'all know what I mean? I mean, I got you covered. I'm going to stop the violence. I'm going to give you jobs. I'm going to do everything for you that the master's supposed to do for you. Now, don't get me wrong. I ain't dumping on Trump. But since the brother threw it in there. Now, we can go back to what's his name? Rahm Emanuel. Property tax is one way of killing us. Now, this water meter. Boy, they think we so stupid. This dude, Rahm Emanuel, once again, to recoup money. All these other places. You got 9 movies being made in Chicago on TV services right now as I speak. $300 million last year making movies. But every time they get a crisis, they want to hit the small people. So they say, well, we're going to go up 59 cents per thousand, whatever on gallons you use. This year. But in 3 years from now, they will have gone up 200. They would have gone up 4 times the 59. So now you pay $59 this year additional. But in 2020, you'll be paying $250 more dollars. And poor senior citizens, they say, well, if you just got a 1 flat and you just there by yourself, we're going to cut some of yours off. But if you're like me and you got a 2 flat and you won't let nobody live in there but you, then you still got to pay the whole thing. But yet, Burke, Madigan, Rahm Emanuel, them dumb ASS aldermans, they ain't paying this high water bill. They ain't paying these high property taxes. Then they want to point to Englewood and Austin and say how terrible we are. If you stop ripping the damn money off, maybe our quality of life would improve. And maybe you wouldn't need to have all of the undertakers and all of the police. But as long as you sucking the money out of the community every way you can, then yeah, the stress creates violence. Caller, speak on it.
Yes, Doc. Just 2 quick comments.
Yes, sir.
The first one, ever since King Pass got killed, Englewood has been brought and sold just like lunch meat at the stores. If you ever go down to City Hall, and Gene probably will know about that too, Doc. County sheriffs, they got the sales. The majority of them have all that property over there in Englewood. They have held them onto it for the last 15 years. Trust me, it's very hard to get hold to some property over there. And the reason why, they're going to drop that hammer one day, and it's going to be just like everybody out, new people in. That's the way it goes.
It's true.
You were talking earlier about dropping the hammer also. If you remember, like in the early 60s and the 70s, you had the Blackstone Rangers over there on 63rd. They did the same thing.
Yes.
Old man Daly said, go ahead, you do what you can right now. But he said, I'll show you. He tore all those homes up. Stopped the L from going over there. Buses stopped from going over there. They tore it down. Now look what's over there in the Woodline area now. Woodline is right next to High Park and everything. It's nice property over there. But let me tell you what happens in the long run. As always, the poor gonna have to get out. and where you're going to go. The people who have money going to come in. They steady running poor people out of your neighborhoods, and then so sad about it, they stupid, run around, want to know what's going on, and stop me if I'm wrong. You better get some money. You better have some plans. You better do something, because one day you're going to look around, and everything you have is gone. And that's God's truth. And also beware of that quick deed too. They down there quick deeding like I don't know what. But Doc, thanks for taking the call. Let me get off so I can hear your response.
Yes, sir, and you're right, and absolutely right, and I appreciate your call. Now, look like we ain't gonna be able to get to no hood action tonight. That's cool, because we ain't got but a few minutes. Because there's some other stuff here, and I appreciate you all actually participating in this, because sometimes we need to talk about stuff other than street level. We need to talk about what's happening to us, man. Property taxes, water taxes, regentrification, elimination. They take the building from the black folk and let the Hispanics move in. Go to Englewood, man. Hell, it's just like Pearson and Little Village now. You probably, matter of fact, one of the most stupid aldermans, they cut a deal where some of the main part of Englewood now got a little white boy, a little Mexican boy over there. He's the alderman. How in the heck? But anyway, I'm going to leave that alone. All right, caller, speak on it. Caller? All right, I think we had a caller, but it got...
I'm going to be real quick. If we got all these audit committees and all these oversight committees, how the heck we wind up in terms of the situation we is? Because we got people being paid look-away money. And when you see a lot that's going on, when you look at particularly Chicago Public School, and I've been looking, they say they are $1 billion in debt. No, they really $16 billion in debt, but yet they talk about still building new schools and talking about some of those people that work for Chicago Public Schools, they should be fired, because they had some teachers that was on pensions. They were getting paid much more when they should have been paid. They called, hey, something's wrong with them. And they were telling people, hey, don't worry about it. So we got some of the people like, I can't think of who heads the Chicago Teachers Union, saying, hey, these folks ain't broke. They just put it down on paper like they broke. They don't want to divvy up the money where we can make a fair share. And, you know, like I said, if we got all these audit committees and these oversight committees, why is Chicago seem to be so broke? Nobody asked those questions. Why those folks is not going to jail? They supposed to be like, supposed to be looking over and seeing what's going on.
Yeah, that's a good point. And I think that face you see right there, that's one of the reasons Chicago Public Schools is so broke. When they give something like this here, $23 million, just because him and his son, whatever in the hell they think they are, even if they were musicians, how are they supposed to have some type of magic wand that they can do what I can't do? You know, sometimes it really amuses me, and I ain't finna trip. Here I am, a Negro with a PhD in alternative education for Negro people. But every time one of them crackers see me, and I said that, down at the board, they look at me and they want to say, well, he can't know what to do with Negro children. But yet, you can take a person that ain't even from this country, and you can give him $23 million. You can take another little white boy that like playing with little children, and you gave him $20-some million, and you send the black woman to jail. I said all of that. Yes, I did. Now, quickly, all right, caller, speak on it.
Yes, we got to get rid of Howard Brookins in the 21st Ward and Sawyer's son over in the 6th Ward, because that's what's messing us up on this south side. Keep up that good work, co-worker, from Human Service. Bye.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Now, let me run through something real quick, because this is ugly, and I don't like looking at it. I didn't like reading it. Do you know, and we got less than a minute, do you know that Illinois has the highest black unemployment rate in the nation? I want you to think about that. 15% of all Negroes ain't got no job. That's crazy as hell. It would take the average Negro 228 years to catch up with the average white person as it relates to finances. So when you think about where we are, and you think about how we are, then you need to understand you need to get busy. And until next week, we out.